I'm helping an experienced investor enter a new market. Dave from Southern California, this is your video. Let's dive in. This is your show. This is the show where I work for you directly, taking your needs. I'm going through the MLS and I'm trying to find the best possible deal for you guys. Put down 25%. That's the perfect way to buy this. That's why real estate investing is the greatest industry in the world. Hey, real estate investors. Welcome to another episode of the MLS Search Analysis Show here on HoltonWiseTV. As always, I am your host, James Wise. And this, folks, this is your show. This is the show where I work with you one-on-one. I directly work with you. We go back and forth behind the scenes via emails, and we put together an investment plan for you. Whether you send me a property you were offered by somebody else, one of the other 5,000 realtors here in the Cleveland market, for sale by owner, wholesalers, whatever, or you just want to give me your criteria and you want me to go out and find what will closest fit your needs and show you an action plan to mitigate your risks and give you a transparent look at what you're getting. That's what we do on this show, and I am doing that for my man Dave. Dave, you're an engineer from Southern California. Now, you're an experienced investor. You've been investing since 2017. You've already got 4 properties in other markets. This is going to be you taking a dive into the Cleveland market. And what I like about you is you know what you want, man. You put it out there, your budget. It's $150,000. You're putting down 25%, and then you're going to finance the rest of it, right? You're working hard. You know, you're an engineer, so you got solid W-2 income. You know what you want. You are a moderate risk guy, and you've given me a nice budget to work with. So you wanted me to see if I can find you some multifamily, preferably duplexes, triplexes, and quads. Triplexes and quads being the most preferable, of course. But you understand that we're working on a budget, so it had to all fit. So what I was able to track down for you, I was able to track down a nice B-class low-risk duplex as well as an undervalued quad. So the first property we're going to get into is going to be the duplex, rather. 20771 Naumann Avenue, Euclid, Ohio, 44123. Just listed a couple weeks ago, 17 days on the market, $92,500. Now, we do not have a lot of photographs to go off of. All we have is just this one photo right here. That's all the listing agents provided to us. A lot of times we'll get that. That kind of stuff is very common. One of the reasons that Holton Wise is so successful is we only work with investors. We only handle rental properties, that type of thing. You'll get a lot of agents out here who, you know, they try to dabble in everything. And they really have a hard time dealing with tenant-occupied properties. Tenants are not easy, right? You know, the guy who owns this particular property, he wants to sell it, but the tenants, they don't necessarily care about that, and they make things difficult, and things like getting pictures can be tough. But the fact that we don't have pictures is not the end of the world. This property, I think we've got enough information to know that it's solid, right? It's already rented, okay? Each unit, 2-bed, 1-bath. We're getting $800 from one, $700 from the other. So that's a total of $1,500 a month, or $18,000 a year. The brokerage that is listing it, they do handle property management. They are currently managing it. They're called Reds, but Holton Wise, once you close, of course, we'll be able to take over the management for you. And one of your big things that you had talked to me about, because, you know, you're not a noob, you know what you want to do, right? You wanted low risk, so I found you a low risk neighborhood, low risk property. And another thing you wanted, you didn't want to spend a ton of money on CapEx, right? You're very familiar with the costs that can go into these properties, but you're like, hey man, the big ticket stuff, right? Roofs, furnaces, stuff like that. I don't want to just fork over a ton of money. And this hits the nail on the head there. Let me read you what the agent from Red said. Large duplex, fully rented, great income, eat-in kitchens with full dining room, 2 bedrooms, 1 bath each unit, office space in each unit, fully fenced-in yard. Past updates include garage roof replaced in 2008. Those should last about 30 years. rear roof porch replaced in 2013, newer hot water tank, the 2-car garage has power with opener, and then just some other stuff about the location. It's not really that relevant. I do like Euclid as a location. It's B class, and we just had an Amazon fulfillment center open up there recently, which added a ton of jobs. So I really think that this is a solid neighborhood. I think the rents are pretty much market. We might be able to eke out another $50 to $100 a month on maybe another turn, because if one's getting 800, no reason the other should be able to get 800. You got a little legacy tenant in there, but I wouldn't worry about trying to increase rents or anything like that right now. What we're getting, $1,500 a month, that's pretty much market. So this is just something I want to see you come in, buy it, take it over, put minimal money out into the property, and then just start making some cash flow. As far as what type of cash flow you can expect every month, of the $1,500, we still got to save $75 for repairs and maintenance, $75 for vacancy and non-payment, $75 for CapEx. Now, they said there's a new roof on the garage and a newer roof on the porch. We don't have a 10-year-old roof because, they said it was like 2008, so 12. We don't have a 12-year-old roof on the whole home, so we probably don't have 18 years of life left in our roof. I don't exactly know how old it is. We'll have to have an inspector take a look at that. But, we still got to calculate for that because, we're probably looking $6-7 when the time comes. Is it in the next 5 years, 7 years? I don't know. We'll find that out. Taxes, $203. Insurance, $80. As everybody should know who watches the show all the time, but for all you folks who don't know, I own a farmer's business, and we insure rental properties across the United States. We should be able to insure this for approximately $80 a month. If you have rental property somewhere in the U.S., I want you to click in the show notes below. Click the link. We can probably save you money on your insurance premium because all we do is handle landlord insurance. So we shop it around. We're appointed with several small niche insurance providers, so we should be able to get you guys lower rates. Back to the chart. Water and sewer, $150. Lawn care, $44. PM, $150 as well. So the total expenses on this, on average, should be approximately $852. So you're bringing in $15. You should be spending an average of $852. That's going to leave you with an average of $648. Or $7,776. Now, as far as price point, I believe we should aim at the very least to get this property, which is listed, again, $92,500. I'd like to negotiate you a nice price of $87,000. In addition to that $87,000, we are going to need to put in approximately $5,000. Now, what you need to know, Dave, is Euclid is a point-of-sale city. I have another video that goes over the point-of-sale process in the Cleveland market in the show notes. Y'all check that out. But in a nutshell, since I don't want to get into exactly what it all means right now in your video, since I already made that one, so I don't have to keep repeating myself. But in a nutshell, you have to assume these violations. Sellers don't want to do them. But it's minor stuff, dude. We should be able to knock this out for $5,000. I mean, there's roughly 5 concrete blocks they want replaced. They want some handrail fixed up, a little bit of issues with a couple of those shingles popped off of that garage roof, and then they want you to seal some cracks. So just minor stuff, dude. It should be like $5,000. So if we can get this thing negotiated down for $87,000, you put $5,000 into it, you'd be all into it for $92,000. With the NOI, I'm projecting you're going to bring in on average. That would make this property an 8.5 cap. As you're financing it, that means you're only going to need to put down $21,750. You got a $275 a month mortgage. So even after you pay off that mortgage, you still should be bringing home $373 a month on average, which is a solid return, 16.73% cash-on-cash return. And that is for just a solid duplex in a solid B-class neighborhood, very low risk. This is something that you can just come in, put your down payment, very small renovations to clear off that POS, and just keep chugging along, man. This is a very just solid deal in a nice neighborhood, so pretty low risk. I think it's going to be great for you. If you'd like us to write an offer for that for you, sales@HoltonWise.com. And, of course, we'll be able to assist you with finding inspectors to get out there and get into everything. Now, like I said earlier, we don't have any photos, but The tenants are paying $800 and $700, and I know it's a solid neighborhood, so I highly doubt those tenants will be paying $800 and $700 if it's total squalor. And, the bones of this are appearing to be good. So outside of any major deficiencies that pop up on the home inspection or the appraisal, I'd say we got a pretty solid deal on our hands. Now we're going to go to a quick commercial break so you can hear a word from the sponsor of today's show. Then we're going to get into the second property I found for you, which is a triplex.
Over 50% of those living in the greater Memphis area rent their home. This fact, combined with the high price-to-rent ratio, is why Forbes rates Memphis, Tennessee as one of the top real estate investment markets in the country. Memphis Investment Properties and their sister property management company, Reedy & Company Realtors, are among the largest and most trusted turnkey operations in this market. With over 30 years in business, a portfolio consisting of more than 2,700 active rentals, and an impeccable track record renovating over 6,000 single-family homes, it's no surprise they are one of the most reputable turnkey operations in the United States.
Two, please. No, I think it'll shrink in the water. Hey, welcome back, Dave. Now, the second property, I think you're really going to like this. We got to do a little bit of work here. We got to make some maneuvers happen to get this to go down, but I think you're going to be excited. You were really interested in quads or triplexes, and, the housing stock, we don't have as many of those around as duplexes. And I know you set an initial budget of $150, but you also said you'd be willing to go up to $180 if it made sense. Well, this, I think, is going to make a lot of sense. 178 East Bridge Street, Berea, Ohio, 44017. Listed at $199,000, but I am going to hope that we can get it for a lot less. $180 would be, worst case scenario, our target. But I would try to get a little aggressive and maybe even open up the bidding at $170. But I'm going to do the numbers and everything based upon a $180,000 price point. It's been on the market for quite a while. 212 days. That is a very, very long time. And I think the main reason that it's been on the market for so long is it's being underutilized. Now, it's had the same owner since 1998. So this particular owner, they're doing well, one would assume, right? They've owned it for, 22 years, right? So I'd imagine the property's doing very well for them, but it could be doing even better. You see, this is a college town. This particular home, and you could go ahead and you could Google this, right? It is literally a 4-minute walk from Baldwin Wallace University. That is a pretty expensive, high-end private university here in the Cleveland market, okay? 4-minute walk. This is the heart of it. You're right there, man. This should be a college rental, but the particular landlord is not renting it to college students. They're just renting it to regular Joe Schmoes and their longtime tenants. What they're currently bringing in, $750, $650, and $600. Two of those units have 2 beds. One has 1 bed. So they're currently bringing in $2,000 a month or $24,000 a year. They are leaving a ton of money out there on the table, which is another reason I believe this property has sat on the market for so long without anybody buying it, which is why I think we can come in and get it a little cheaper. Now, just like the previous property, not a lot of photos for us to go off of. We have more than one photo here, but none of them are the inside of the property. All exterior photos, but I really think the value in this particular property is going to be in what we could do versus what it is currently doing. Currently, right? You run the numbers based upon what's currently happening. $2,000 a month come in. We got a budget, $100 for repairs and maintenance, $100 for vacancy and non-payment, $100 for CapEx, $317 for taxes, insurance, $120. Again, can't say it enough. Farmers insurance, I own one. If you are currently not making as much money as you want with your rental portfolio, in the show notes below, click the link. Let my team quote you. I can't guarantee it, but I imagine we could probably reduce your premium and give you a similar or identical policy. Water and sewer, 2.25. Lawn care, 44. PM, 200. So, of the 2,000 that's currently coming in, we should anticipate you spending $1,206 to have us run this whole thing for you, which is going to leave you with a net operating income of $794 or $9,528. Now, if we can negotiate this down to $180,000, again, I want to start a little bit lower, maybe like $170, but if we can get it negotiated down to $180,000, you're going to only need to put down $45,000, okay? You're going to be bringing in $569. I'm sorry, you're going to be paying $569 a month for that mortgage, which is $135,000. So after that, you should be bringing home $2.25. That's a very modest 6% cash-on-cash return for a very modest 5.3 cap building. But here is the thing. This is where I think so much opportunity is here. Because this is a college town and because this should be being rented to students, there is so much more money on the table. The units, the 2-bedroom units that are rented at $750 and $650 to these long-term Joe Schmo tenants, eventually, we'd want to increase their rents. If they want to pay the new rents without moving out, great. Save you some turnover costs. But eventually, we're going to want to move them out. I mean, right now, as it stands, you could still pick it up and actually earn money, which is nice. But eventually, we got to look long term here. You could be making so much more money. The $750 and $650 unit, each of those units should be $950. The little 1-bedroom currently renting at $600, we should be able to knock that up to $800. So currently, this bad boy is bringing in $2,000 a month. But what it could really be bringing in, which people are missing, could be bringing in another $700 a month. And I don't think your costs are going to really increase incrementally because of the additional $700 a month. Same property, right? So that should take your estimated net cash flow after your mortgage payment of $2,700 a year. We could actually kick that up to $11,100 a year over the long term, an increase of $8,400 a year. When you do the numbers like that, the deal looks so much better. But again, I think a lot of people are doing their analysis based upon the low rents that are coming in right now of $2,000, and they're not really putting two and two together that the particular landlord has chosen to rent a home, which is essentially on a huge college campus, to someone other than high rent paying college students. And look, man, you've probably seen the Tenants from Hell show, right? Let me tell you this. I know you're a moderate risk guy. These college kids, these are not what I would consider high risk to what we normally deal with, right? Watch the Tenants from Hell show. We are dealing sometimes with complete fucking savage animals, right? So I know a lot of people out there are like, oh, college kids, they're going to party, they're going to cause a ruckus. Believe me, for the types of people that Holton Wise normally has to deal with, and again, if you don't believe me, watch some episodes of the Tennis from Hell show. I'll put them in the show notes. College kids are so easy for a company like us to deal with because just based upon the horrors that we normally deal with, I do not consider renting properties to college students and the little bit of riffraff and good-hearted fun that those kids get into. That is not a problem for us. So we are more than well equipped to handle any risks that come with some college kids partying, playing beer pong, having parties, being loud, that type of shit. That is not going to be a problem for this company. We are more than well equipped to handle that minor stuff. So because of all that, Dave, I think this is a solid deal. I think it's going to work for you. So again, if you want us to write an offer for you on this particular property, shoot us an email, sales@HoltonWise.com. Same thing, we're going to want to get an inspector in there, right? Because I'm giving you an analysis based upon what I can see, what I can gather for you from my desk. We still, of course, need to get inspectors in there. Need to get inspectors on the roof. Need to have the inspectors check out the age of the mechanicals. I don't anticipate this triplex having brand new mechanicals. They did not advertise any of that. So they're all going to be I would guess mid to end of life, but I really like this one for you, man. It's low risk, and I think there's a lot of meat on the bone going forward. So we'll cross that bridge when it comes. And, if it turns out every one of those furnaces is end of life, all the hot water tanks in this building are end of life, I could probably go back to that listing agent and try to negotiate a nice cash discount for you to get you the property even lower. But again, if we pick it up at $180K, I think you're right on the money. It's going to be a money maker for you. And if you factor in the increased rents down the road, it's much nicer than what it appears right now on paper. So that's all I've got for you today, Dave. Anybody else out there who's watching Dave's show, if you want to work with me one-on-one just like this, I want you to go to HoltonWise.com. Click the property search for sale tab. Go to the MLS Search and Analysis Show and pick up some type of an investment analysis product like Dave has done. This is the desktop version where I do everything from my studio. But if you want to get even more in-depth, we also have options for you where I actually send my full film team out to the property to actually get inside and do a virtual tour for you like you were actually here in Cleveland yourself. That's it for today's show, though. As always, I'm James Wise with Holton Wise, and this is Real Estate Investing Made Easy. This is your show. This is the show where I work for you directly, taking your needs. I'm going through the MLS and I'm trying to find the best possible deal for you guys. Put down 25%. That's the perfect way to buy this. That's why real estate investing is the greatest industry in the world.
RentTech Direct provides you with an easy-to-use yet robust platform for managing your properties, complete with its built-in reporting and accounting system that can be customized to fit your business. You can manage work orders and even accept them online from your tenants. You can also share work order details with tenants or owners if you wish. With RentTech Direct, you'll also fill your vacancies faster than ever with the built-in marketing tools. Just enter the details of your property and RentTech will automatically provide you with a professional online website, as well as syndicate them to popular websites such as Zillow, Trulia, and Apartments.com to get your listing maximum exposure so it's rented fast.
Cleveland, Ohio is widely considered to be one of the top rental markets in the entire United States. This is because here in Cleveland, our housing prices are low and our rental prices and demand are high. At Holton Wise, we provide the complete turnkey solution for all real estate investors, whether they are local, out of state, or even abroad. As real estate brokers, we will provide you with agent representation to help you buy properties ranging from single-family homes to large apartment complexes. We even have referrals for lenders who can provide investment property loans to investors located in all 50 states, allowing you to capitalize on the use of leverage or other people's money. We have referrals to top-notch title companies so you know that all of your transactions are safe and secure, with every single property being delivered to you with clear title. Once you close on the property, we have an investor-focused insurance brokerage who can handle all your property insurance needs. This insurance brokerage handles auto, home, life, and business policies, but they specialize in working with policies for landlords. We also have full-service property management. We can handle all rental property advertisements, tenant placement, rent collection, evictions, maintenance, landscaping, construction, and repairs. In addition, Holton Wise also offers digital media and education. One day, when you are ready to sell your investment, Holton Wise, as the #1 seller of investment properties in the greater Cleveland area, can market your property in a video just like this one to our worldwide base of investors who are looking to capitalize on the high cash flow opportunities in the Cleveland, Ohio market.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on our latest content, including video tours and analysis of investment properties that are available for sale, real estate investment education, and our most interesting encounters with tenants from hell. Holton Wise, real estate investing made easy.